Kirov reporting.
Hello and welcome. My name is Anthony Albit, this is Wonderland Stories, and today we are going to talk about when is Elon Musk going to chip your brain? What is happening with photography festival billboards? How Save on Foods saves on your vaccination? Why chip usually means a very bad thing, and in general about Canadian fight with COVID-19. This will be the second video as a part of the Wonderland Stories series I am planning to do on a regular basis. First, I must say that this video was created for entertainment purposes only and does not pretend to be the ultimate truth. Secondly, I would like to ask you, be good and please don't get angry with what I am saying here. If you will, kick me with a dislike for Christ's sake. Then relax and get ready to go. Capture Photography Festival billboards covered up after intense public complaints. I must say that performance-wise, these things could look impressive, but definitely not today. Timing is the key here, and you have to keep in mind that people do look weird while they are sleeping. After a year of isolation thanks to COVID-19, after all the restrictions and struggle, everything you can dream about is to go outside and see these creepy faces around you. The National Post covered why rising prices everywhere may be a clear sign that our dollars are all about to start losing a whole lot more value than usual. And what exactly did you expect? A grease down and a shiatsu?
Grease down and a shiatsu?
Money-making machines aren't sleeping these days, printing. Vaccinating economies with trillions of unsecured dollars. Not surprising that real estate values are soaring, grocery bills are rising, and lumber is insanely expensive. We are spending way more money than at any time in the history of our civilization. So, what do you think? All this fun will be for free. Save on Foods is apologizing after 10 customers received expired AstraZeneca COVID-19 shots at one of its pharmacies in Burnaby. Have you ever heard scary rumors about how grocery stores are changing stickers on some expired products? If those rumors are true, what difference then if it's a vaccine or potatoes? Oh, your vaccine was outdated. Sorry guys, no returns. Several US airport transport services are seeing a boost in business by driving Canadian snowbirds across the Canadian land borders. It seems that travelers entering Canada by land are not required to check into a quarantine hotel. This is a great example of how the system works. We are closing shops and restaurants, making people's living a nightmare. At the same time, if you are not flying by plane, you are good to go anywhere you want to. Frankly, I have no idea how you can defeat something like a coronavirus by just talking on TV about any kind of measures. Measures that are not working at all. Because it should be either all measures are in place and working or nothing. The way everything is done today, it's a mockery. On the other hand, great news for our US neighbors. At least someone is happy about what is happening around. Elon Musk's startup Neuralink shows a monkey with brain chip implants playing a video game. And you've been running around with 5G and Bill Gates, who's been trying to chip everyone with some kind of a vaccine. What a joke! Come on, Elon Musk. This is who is going to put a chip right into your brain. This way you'll be able to play a ping-pong game with a monkey, with computer, or even with a friend. What a fantastic way to keep you busy and at home. It seems that a zombie control center will be placed in a brand new Elon Musk star-based city in Texas and will be carried out through the SpaceX satellite network. Or wait, you really have been thinking that they are building a free internet for third world countries? No way. Airplane takes off a metric ton heavier than expected after computer error weights adults as children. The absolutely beautiful story came up lately. Thanks to a software error, women on the plane were counted as children during the flight from the United Kingdom to Spain. Let me tell you why these things are normal today. First, in some forms of English language, for example, in India, the difference between Miss and Mrs. is so thin that they are almost every time using Miss in both cases. Second, in programming, we have lots of decencies or even rules. Accurate naming of constants is one of them and was invented a long time ago to avoid this kind of mistake. Here is what happened on that flight. Mrs. was interpreted as a miss, which, surprise, surprise, referred to a girl in India and gave a discrepancy of 1,240 plus kilos or 2,740 plus pounds. A great example of cheap coding. Fortunately for us, the plane was able to take off, gain altitude, and finish the flight safely. It also reminded us that the term cheap usually means bad, unreliable, sometimes life-threatening services. Keep that in mind. The host of the large party in downtown Vancouver apartment has been fined while one of their guests apparently took a swing at a police officer. This is what the police are busy with these days. They are running around the city catching people spreading COVID-19 through the parties. What a fantastic job. I have no idea what happened over there and why someone tried to fight the police. To be honest, I do not really care. The thing that I do care about is why the police officers are forced to run around the town to stop parties. Canada, what is happening? With all the restrictions in place, we have a terrible statistic. Restrictions are not working, vaccination going so slow that it does not seem to make any impact on disease at all. And police? The police in fighting with drunk people at their own homes. Isn't that great? A care worker who abandoned a woman with cerebral palsy, leaving her alone for hours, is expressing remorse. The moronic story happened in Surrey last week. A 56-year-old Jenny Taylor with cerebral palsy was left alone at home by a caregiver for many hours, and only Google Smart Speaker was able to help. The woman was capable of making a call to her sister. The caregiver says that she suddenly became very ill and couldn't work. I hear that she is ashamed and going to feel horrible for the rest of her life. Excuse me, a person in such a condition cannot be left alone, ever. More than that, if Jenny was able to call her sister through Google Speaker, tell me, what prevented the caregiver from doing the same? She could call her employer, 911, sister, get out and ask for help. The police are running around hunting parties in the city. Change of scenery could be helpful a bit. But seriously, lots of things could be done in this case. Too bad that the choice was to just leave. Usually, this is exactly what will happen when all you need to do in such a terrible incident is apologize. Police checkpoints will prevent Manitobans from visiting cottages in Ontario except under rare circumstances, starting Monday, April 19th. Too bad that these days only COVID-related news is keeping us busy. Well, it seems that another nation pride event is planned in Ontario. More restrictions, hooray! Now you can't visit your own cottage. Interesting. Are we going to get better after this measure takes its place? Not to be over-sarcastic, but we are all aware that Canada's top priority in fighting with COVID-19 is traveling Manitobans. Canada is experiencing a shortage of tapioca pearls or boba, used in bubble tea as shipping delays continue to affect the global supply chain. With all this stuff happening around the globe, the lack of bubble tea does not seem to me as a big problem. We will manage somehow. The construction of 324-unit, 34th floor high-rise in Burnaby is getting over $100 million in federal financing, with the promise of offering 101 units of affordable housing. Is that a joke? While more and more people are pushed outside the Greater Vancouver area, we are talking about building affordable apartments. Instead of fixing the disastrous situation with the real estate market, when a family of 2 working persons cannot afford to get a condo, instead of growing wealth among the population, instead of simulation of small businesses, instead of all this, they are talking about building ghettos. Just fantastic. I hope now you have at least 101 extra voters, or even more. Castro era in Cuba to end as Raul Castro confirms his retirement. Frankly, I thought he was dead already. Too bad that people do not cherish what they have. USSR, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, all the people living there gave away their freedom in exchange for slogans. And here we are. Cuba, a country striving for food, racked by the economic effects of coronavirus, sanctions, and showing increasing signs of descent. A great example of how communism ends. Ivanka Trump vaccine selfie didn't go over as planned. I hope Ivanka did her shot somewhere outside the grocery store. However, for a Twitter promotion, any public place will do. Haters gonna hate anyways. Personally, I have no opinion here. All I know that you have to be consistent in your doings. In this particular case, haters might be correct. A bit. Anyways, Ivanka wanted to show something by vaccinating herself. So what? Good luck. Dr. Bonnie Henry sends mixed messages on outdoor gatherings ahead of the hot weekend. An irresistible will of having fun is going to kill us all. Someday. Mixed messages, gatherings. The thing is that you either sit at home nationwide for 3 weeks, like they did in China, or you run around with scissors and simply do not pretend. Restrictions won't work when it is 50-50 and given by choice, especially when mixed messages can't find their place in official statements. Well, it looks like this is all for today. Please do not forget to subscribe, like or dislike this video, leave comments and ring the bell. Thank you for being with me today. See you next time.